She's seriously in the know now and for. It's Jo Whiley.
Hiya, I'm Jo Whiley. You might recognise me from a well-known mobile phone commercial, or not. Tonight I'm joined by Tom.
Hey.
Emma.
Hello.
And Gary.
Hello.
Thank you all for being here. So, are Maxim and Skin the Sun in Cher of the 21st century? Will Khalees be more than just a one-hit wonder? And is Madonna the greatest pop star of all time? All that to come, but first, the news.
Pay attention.
So, from the evidence presented, it seems that anybody can be a pop star these days. Emma, do you think there are some people that should not be allowed to make a pop record? Curly Watts, for example.
It is quite strange, but I think, you know, if they want to try it, it's actually down to them. But I did have I went out and I saw Sid, and he was singing down my ear the whole night, and I was like, and he said, "I'm going to become a singer," and I was like, "Okay, right." But I think...
Was he asking your opinion about whether you should actually do it?
But I wasn't actually. He was literally really singing down my ear, and he had this sort of really fast vib going on.
Okay, was it any good?
It was quite cool. You can't say to anybody, don't do it. I mean, if they want to try something, then...
Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, though.
True.
That's the expression.
That's very true.
But you won't be going out to buy Curly's record?
No.
Possibly
or
not.
Sids. Sorry.
Or Sids. That's tragic.
I don't think so.
Gary, I mean, there's a lot of people trying to be pop stars at the moment. 20 years ago, you were the real deal. You were humongous. You were such a big star. Do you miss that time, that moment of fame?
To be honest about it, I was so busy worrying about what to do next that I didn't really allow myself to enjoy it too much, which I regret. For me, it was too much, too soon, to somebody too young and too inexperienced, and I said some stupid things and upset people, and then I quit.
Yeah. At what age
really.
did you quit?
I don't remember, 23 or something.
Yeah.
And it was just...
Why? What was it? What was the problem with it then?
It's an awful lot for a young person to adapt to. And some people do it well and do it quickly, and other people take a long time, and some people never do. And you can suffer a little bit for that. So I was aware of all that and trying to think about, well, this is great, but what should I do now? You know, what is the right next step to do? And as a result, I didn't really just think, fuck, this is great.
Tom, some people do anything to be a pop star, as I think we've gathered over the years. Gomez and you lot, you don't seem to... you seem to put obstacles in your way, I think that's the right phrase.
We never intended to be pop stars, and we don't really want to be pop stars. I do this because I love doing this. I don't do it because...
So is there not a Gomez master plan where, you know, you
God,
think...
no, not even slightly. Not even to begin with. We just messed around and got a record deal. That's how it happened, and now we just make records for the hell of it and travel the world playing it to people. And that's all I do. You know, people find it very strange because there isn't a strategy and there's no regime there and there isn't a big manager and there isn't any of that stuff. I'm just having fun. You know?
So's Kevin Kennedy. And
Well,
Curly,
yeah, I'm sure he
Sid.
is, but I don't know. It's just nasty, isn't it? It's just shite. You
Shouldn't
know?
be allowed.
No, of course it shouldn't be allowed. You know, in my universe, anyway.
I think it should
Come
be allowed.
on.
I do.
You do think it should be allowed?
Oh
these
no, of
people?
course it
I
should
do.
be allowed, and I'm not being
People
illiberal
are going to
here.
buy bollocks, then people are going to make bollocks.
Yeah.
And people are buying a lot of bollocks.
Gary, what do you make of Armand van Helden's Coochie? It's going to be a massive tune.
Yeah.
And it's Cars, basically. It's your track.
Yeah.
Is that a compliment or a rip-off?
No, it's... I'm well chuffed.
I think we're talking.
Well,
we're talking ready.
no, it's very flattering, obviously, that somebody would do it. And it's quite rewarding that... Shouldn't have said that. But it's artistically, it's quite rewarding. I wrote that 1978 or something, you know, so it's a very old song from a different era completely. And the fact that it might do something now, like year 2000, is quite cool for me as a man that wrote it.
We also saw in the news an item about stalkers. Victoria's had it very bad over the past week or so. You have fairly obsessive fans as well. They're called numanoids. That's the right terminology?
Yeah.
OK. Would you say they're obsessive?
Well, it's not my terminology.
Isn't it?
The paper's called Numanoids. Yeah.
Well, what do you make of them? How obsessive are they?
Well, you know, there's a tiny minority of anybody's audience, I suppose, that gets a bit odd from time to time.
Have you had them waiting outside your door? They know where you live?
Yeah, I went
They follow
camping.
you around?
I woke up one day and there was a tent in my garden people cooking breakfast. Thought that was cool, actually.
So what did you do? Did you go
You
down
think
and
they're
talk
going to be pleased to see them. You go, what are you doing, man? It's my garden. So, oh, we've come from Liverpool, I think. I don't really care. You know, I'm not being rude and all that, and I'm really glad you buy the records and stuff, but it's my garden, you know.
Have you had a case? I presume you've not had anyone camping in your back garden or anything, but have you had obsessive fans as well?
Yeah, I have sort of fans that sort of come outside the house and wait for me to come home and, you know, and stuff like that. But for me, I mean, they're girls and, you know, I just stop and have a chat and then they're gone within, you know, 10, 15 minutes once they've had a look.
But it's been very menacing with Victoria, hasn't it? The stuff that's going on with her. That must be quite upsetting.
Yeah, I think it is, and for the rest of it, you know, because you do see her so upset. I mean, you know, before the Brits, she got a very scary letter, and it was like, and she was so scared to go on stage, and it's awful for her. I think it's just.
It's scary, but I mean, what's interesting to me is maybe it's the whole thing is like within pop and everything, and the way that it's marketed. A lot of the time it's about mystery and it's about things seeming sort of distant and... Unattainable. And therefore you end up with a gap which people can fill with their own fantasies in between you and them. And obviously it's not a natural byproduct and A doesn't lead to B, but you can see it happening.
OK, we'll move on. Imagine, if you will, you're in a band. They're called The Prodigy. You sell over 10 million albums worldwide. You get a bit bored. Boys will be boys. So Keith goes off to race superbikes. Liam stays at home making the album. Leroy stops dancing and leaves the band. And Maxim brings out his second solo single. It's a duet with Skin from Skunk Anansie, and you're seeing it here exclusively for the first time on terrestrial television. This is Carmen Queasy. We've learned from that video, from the makeup, I think. Emma and I were just discussing how to achieve that look. Gary, we'll come to you first of all. What did you make of the video, first off?
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it.
The song as well?
Yeah, it's brilliant, man. Best thing I've heard for years. I really, really love it a lot.
Are you a fan of The Prodigy in general?
Yeah, which helps. And Skin, actually. I met Skin a little while ago and she was excellent. And I've kind of been into Skunk Anansie for a bit. Yeah. So for me, yeah, tops.
OK. Didn't Liam Howlett from The Prodigy call you up?
No, that was all that got a bit weird, actually, that.
Why? What happened?
Well, I got a message by someone that was doing some carpentry in his house, to give him his...
As happens,
so I got his number, I'm going to ring him up, and I didn't know what it was about. And then I went to America, and somebody said, did an interview, and what you're going to be doing when you go home. I said, well, this, and I got to ring Liam Howlett, apparently. Which, actually cool for me, because I was a big fan. And when I come back, somebody had said that we were going to work together, and all this stuff had gone off, which had never been said, so it all got a bit embarrassing and awkward, really, and it didn't happen.
So you want to set the record straight here? So you've not had any conversations?
Yeah, I met him a little while ago, and it was cool again. Well, he shops in the same Tesco's as me, funny enough. He just lives up the road.
So you met over a can of baked beans?
Almost, yeah.
So when you do get people like Beck and Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails all, saying that you were one of the great innovators of electronic dance music, does that kind of stun you and think, oh, I didn't realise I was doing that at the time, or is it fitting, do you think?
No, it's not fitting. Bloody hell, no.
You have humility?
No, it's nothing to do with humility. It's just a fact. Someone like me comes along, and saw something in a slightly different way, and going about something in a slightly different way. So I opened the door a tad into a new kind of music, a new way of looking and recording music, and that's all I did. And then the clever people trampled over me and went through that door and did some really brilliant stuff. And then with the benefit of hindsight, people look back and the first face that you see looking around that door is mine. So I get a lot of credit that I don't really deserve because the really good music came later.
Well, OK, we better get back to the song we talked about. Emma, what did you make of that?
I love it. I'm a big fan of Skin. And I just think, she tries new things all the time, even her image. I just think she's great, and because I have met her before, and in some of her videos she looks quite scary, but she is one of the softest, most beautiful people I've met. Yeah. She's just amazing, and it's made me. I just think she tries, different things, and for me to listen to that sort of music, I probably wouldn't have done, but with Skunk Anansie, I love it. You've
always said that you believe the Spice Girls will be forever. Is that a naive statement that you've said that you didn't really believe in? Or
no, not at all. I think the Spice Girls will be because we're friends, and that's never, I don't know what's going to happen. It depends how much the public want us, and we're going to carry on. And we just finished our third album and stuff, and we love working together.
So who does what within the band? What are your different roles within the band?
We literally sit down, and sometimes we're like sitting there and we're like, I actually haven't got a clue what I want to do today. I'm going home, you know. So we're all like, OK, won't do anything. And then some days we go in and, you know, someone will come up with an idea and we're like, actually, yeah, I felt like that last night. And, you know, we might have all been in the same mood the night before and we'll write a track on that. And
so who's the biggest slacker? Who's the one that does the least?
Who's the
biggest slacker?
Slacker, yeah.
Slacker. Not slapper, no.
I think we all slack in our own ways sometimes.
Wait, I'm slapping or slacking? I'm not sure what we're talking about.
Slacking.
You're slapping your own way.
We all do
No,
it
who is the
sometimes.
biggest slacker? I think that's a far more interesting question.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, dear.
Tom, how has it changed for Gomez since you won the Mercury Music Prize? I mean, that must have been a complete mind-numbing experience. I mean,
that was a different experience entirely. That was just like some hand from God putting this massive stamp of approval on us. That's kind of what happened. And then we went, oh, right, so we were right, weren't we? For a while, it seemed like we were, you know, and we got on with it. That's all we've ever done is just got on with it. We were layabout students living in, you know, horrible, horrible, filthy digs with nasty carpets and, you know, at least these sofas, your hands don't stick to them, you know. And then suddenly, you know, travelling
now you
the
wear
world.
nasty shoes.
I wear nasty shoes
money.
instead that cost, yeah, but it's tax deductible. You know, Jesus Christ, it's a silly life.
This is as rock starish as you get. With loads of money, people tend to dine out at expensive places. I'm fascinated by interviews that I've read with you talking about food.
Yeah.
And do you have exotic taste in eating?
Nah.
It's just sausage, beans and...
I don't like beans, sausage and chips.
Sausage and chips and anything else?
I've lived where I live now for 11 years and I've been going to a little local and I've had the same thing at the Swan for 11 years. So
Okay.
It doesn't vary at all. But I don't get bored, I can eat the same thing.
So it's true, that's great. That's all I wanted to know.
No, it just shows how boring I am, doesn't it, really?
I don't think that's boring.
Do you not?
No.
No, I'd love to go. When we go out, my wife looks at...
I think it is.
Stuff.
Sorry, man. With your money,
I
you
think
should have
it's
eaten more
freaky.
than
I just can't
sausage and
believe
chips.
it. All right, we'll move on. The next item is either A, a sharp analysis of what songs pop stars sing in the shower, or B, just an excuse for a young television researcher to film a pop princess dressed only in a towel. You decide. Rachel from S Club 7 in the shower, as you do all the time. Emma, S Club 7, obviously managed by Simon Fuller, used to manage the
Are they
Spice
definitely?
Girls.
Because, are they? I thought they would. Simon just had something to do with them.
As far as I understand it, he's managing them.
Right.
You
okay.
don't run into him anymore or
No,
have anything to do with
I
them
haven't
at all?
done actually. No, haven't run into them.
What do you make of S Club 7 and the kind of the stuff that's going on with them at the moment? I mean, you know, they're kind of like where you were a few years ago.
I'm not actually a big fan, but I think again, if they're entertaining, then that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why
You
not?
should get rid of that attitude. I'm sorry,
No,
I'm totally not with this.
No, because I think it's all you shouldn't criticise anyone if they're doing what they like doing.
No,
But
maybe
why-
you
why are you
shouldn't.
not-
Maybe you shouldn't. But maybe you do because it gets up on your nerves and maybe it pisses you off. Maybe you just gotta go, oh,
But
that's
if you're
crap.
doing what you do, why are you getting upset?
Yeah,
with
but
other
I'm quite
people?
happy if people sit there and go, God, they're crap. You know, I mean, that's the point. I mean, that's kind of what you do when you make music, isn't it? You leave it on the line for people to make those decisions about you. It's like, well, if it's all right for everyone to like you and it's entertaining, then it's all right for everyone to hate you and it being crap, you know, and it's all
No,
right for
because
everyone
I
to
just
say
wouldn't.
so.
I would not criticise anyone because you know, if they're doing what they like doing,
And
I don't understand it.
So when people criticise you or the Spice Girls or something, how
I
do you
think
feel about
everyone's
that?
got an opinion, and
Because don't you think that everyone's sitting at home every time you say that, or someone like you says that to camera?
Yeah.
I really think this is okay, and I think this is good. They're not thinking,
I
bollocks.
didn't say I thought it was good. I said
No,
what
no,
they're
no.
doing.
I want to know why you don't think it's
yeah,
okay.
no, you know, everyone else is
What?
thinking, you know, just say it's crap. Just, you know, just say I don't like it. No, it's rubbish.
So Tom, what song do you sing in the shower?
What do I see in the shower? I don't know. Al
He
Jolson.
doesn't like it because he's all crap.
It's all crap. I
doesn't shower at all, yeah.
I don't shower and I don't sing in the shower because all music's rubbish.
Excellent.
And it all stinks. And yeah, and that's all I do. No.
Emma, assuming you shower, what song do you sing?
Time, and I sing all songs because I love them all. No, I actually sing a lot of Prince in the shower.
Okay.
I kind of go for Alphabet Street, that kind of
That'll be all right. Actually, if I showered,
You've damned yourself
You
now.
don't
That's
shower.
fine. You're a miserable, bitter old bastard, and that'll do. Gary, you're nice. What do you sing in the shower?
I'm nice. I honestly don't. I'm really very aware that I'm not a very good singer, and I And I get by because I've got a voice which is a bit different, but not particularly good. You know, I've got no range and no power. And so I'm quite embarrassed. I won't sing in front of Gemma at all, ever, in the car, even along to my own songs.
You don't sing along to... Right. Have you not reached that point in your relationship where you can relax and be comfortable?
In everything.
You know, where you go to the toilet in front of each other, but you just won't sing?
I will not poo in front of her, and I will not sing in front of her. That's it.
Fair point.
But we've got a long way to go. We're only reasonably young.
You'll get there. You'll get there. In part 2, Khalees will be showing us her good stuff, and we'll be reminding you why Madonna Louise Ciccone is a lot more than just the dame who Guy Ritchie got pregnant. Stay tuned. So Madonna, the most successful female artist of all time, but is she the best? Emma, where do you stand with Madonna? Be honest!
I used to love her, actually, when I was younger. I used to have parties and we all used to have to dress up as Madonna. But I was just saying, I want to know which one is the real Madonna. I want to know who she is.
Well, what do you think she is, then?
I don't know. Do you think she's a bit mad?
I think she's fairly calculated, don't you?
I don't know. I just think, I think she is a genius. I mean, she comes up with so many different ideas and...
Tom, do you have a theory?
Do I have a theory? Of course I have a bloody theory.
Of course you do. Share it with us.
I don't know. What's interesting about her is, I mean, it has been... A lot of her songs have been the best sort of pop around for a long time. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting about her is she is sort of a traditional pop star, but she has a very artistic sense of momentum and her own personal sense of how she sort of recreates herself each time she comes around with a new record or whatever. And that's the clever part about her. And that part, I think, is really intended, and a lot of the time, although it could appear contrived, because she's a pop star, it's always contrived, so it doesn't matter. And she gets away with it. Yeah, that's the point. And so it always works.
Gary, how good is Madonna in your opinion?
I think she has a stunningly impressive mind, the way she's gone about the business and the way she seems to understand it better than almost anybody else. I've never been a big fan of the music, although there's been periods. I like the whole erotica period. I was quite into that for a bit. It's almost petty to find fault because she is so massive and has been for some. I mean, just staying there for that period of time is amazing enough. Let alone at that level.
The fascination that people have, though, is with Madonna, the individual. Nobody talks about her music. You're just sort of going, "Oh, she's amazing." She's
because she's transcended that whole bullshit, hasn't she? That's the point.
Well, I don't think there's enough about the music that would make you want to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
It's not particularly controversial. The images around it sometimes have been, but the music itself has always been fairly safe.
Well, but in a sea of mediocrity when it comes to pop music, she's kind of, got a...
Absolutely, I think she extends from those. I think there was that kind of like, there was three. When I was growing up, there was Madonna, Michael Jackson and Prince, who every time they released something, everyone noticed. And you couldn't avoid it, and it was everywhere.
The other thing with Madonna is that she constantly reinvents herself. I mean, you started out as Baby Spice. How long can you do Baby Spice?
I think, for me, I try to be as natural as I can, and that you know, what you saw, babes, I had my little dresses on and socks. That's how I came and how I was, you know, through a period. And I do find, you know, I try to change things and grow, but I want to be as natural as I can.
So when the next Spice Girls album that comes out, it'll still be Baby Spice in the credits, and can you see a time when you're saying?
I always say it depends how you say baby. See,
Oh, really?
I got a good name, I think, because you can say, "Oh, baby," or you can say, "Hey, baby." See, so I'm quite lucky.
Sorted. Gomez distinctly don't have an image.
Absolutely.
You're not offended if I say that?
Oh, of course not.
OK. Are you a stylist's nightmare assignment when they come to do a photo shoot?
I'm actually their favourite person. I'm the person who sits down and goes, "I'm happy," after 10 seconds, and then walks off. They don't have to do anything, they get paid. I mean, you know, that's ultimately the truth, you know.
I actually want to say, I think a lot of people, you know, who have images, people think that people put that onto them, and I've never put anything on that people have asked me. Do you know what I mean? I always go with my own thing. They always try and make you sexy or make you this, and it doesn't work. If I'm not like that, then I should just be natural.
Don't do Slapper Spice.
Don't do Slapper Spice.
I'm going to invent you're going to invent you as a Slapper Spice. Gary, where did the image come from?
I saw a bloke in the club walking about, all in black with a black belt and looked like a bit like an army sort of thing, and black and everything. I just totally nicked it.
I love that.
Someone else. I don't know who it was. Just saw him walking away. I thought, wow, looks good, and remembered.
OK, we'll move on. Big hair, big voice, big drama. If you were stuck in a lift with a self-styled thunder bitch, it would probably be either a deeply erotic experience or the scariest moment of your life. Her first single, of course, out there went to number 4, so let's see if she can repeat the trick with Good Stuff. That was Khalees for you. Tom, you are chomping at the bit, Tom, to have a go at this one.
No, no,
So
I'm not.
Khalees,
No, it's lovely.
You quite like
It's
that, didn't
lovely.
you?
No, that's. I couldn't possibly criticise it.
Have a go.
Okay, that was dull.
OK, what about the last single? Presume that's all that you know of her.
I mean, I thought that was just a novelty tune. But
A novelty tune that you liked, or just
it just didn't mean anything to me.
OK. And the video for that?
If that was expensive, then she really has been ripped off.
I do believe it was a fairly expensive video
Yeah.
with a top director.
With a top director.
Okay, you were offering to make the video, weren't you?
I could have done that for one of my £5 budgets. Money to spare and gone on holiday.
David LaChapelle was the guy behind that.
Don't know who he is, but he ripped her off.
Yeah. You'd have had that done by Phoebe in the Chippy
Oh, you
Bye
could have done that on your
section.
camcorder, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, half an hour in a camcorder. It was shit.
Emma, what do you make of Khalees?
I did like her other track.
Right.
This is the first time I've heard it, so I find it quite hard to comment. But it didn't take me anywhere. I think I'm quite old-fashioned. I love, a strong melody that you can sing along to, and that didn't take me anywhere really.
There's a format kind of runs through it, which has been going for several years, almost a decade maybe, and I can't be the only one that finds it incredibly repetitive and boring. Not that song within itself, but that song compared to a whole lot of other songs like that. There's nothing wrong with it.
What kind of music are you
But it's
talking about?
just,
What's
we've
that?
just been here for a long, long time. You think, all right.
Are you talking about R&B?
Yeah. I know I shouldn't really talk about it, but...
Feel free.
Politically incorrect, Gary, and all that shit.
It's not politically incorrect.
What, you're saying that it just doesn't break any boundaries, or there aren't any good songs, or what?
Exactly. Well, no, not about good songs. It's so done to a formula, even down to the camera angle being, leaning down and doing. It's been done 1,000 times.
I don't think she is typical so much as a lot of the stuff that your Puff Daddies and your what have not have been putting out recently. It just carries on and on and on. I don't know when it's going to run out of momentum. It just seems
we
so
come back
dull.
to our thing about if people are buying it.
Well, exactly, but you're wrong.
That really
You're wrong about
that stretches my charity to the limit. That's and I'm trying to go.
It doesn't matter if
not
people
about
are buying
entertainment.
it.
Puff Daddy is a great entertainer.
No, it's not.
What he's doing.
It's not
I
about
know for a
the
fact
entertainment.
that he lip-synced Wembley.
Right.
Right? He had a 6-channel mixer for Wembley. Now, that can't be right. That's not live.
No, but him as a character and, his
No,
videos...
excuse me. Behave. It's not about entertainment. It can be about entertainment. Sometimes it is entirely about entertainment, and fine. If people want it to be about entertainment, then tell yourself that 1,000 times over and over and over and over and over. It doesn't make any difference. But the reason why the cycle starts and carries on for so long, and why pop can't turn over faster, and why we have to live with 10-year periods of utter nonsense, and why...
Pop is turning over very fast indeed.
No, but it's not
eating itself.
No, but I don't think it's...
not. We have a pop chart which is essentially sanitised, safe, has no rebellion in it whatsoever, with one or two exceptions, because there's always going to be exceptions. Doesn't anyone miss that?
Do you think anyone cares about the chart anymore, though? Do you think people really get that bothered?
I watched Top of the Pops the other day and it scared the fucking crap out of me. I'm sorry, it did.
Emma, does it mean a lot to you to get to number 1? Do you care about the chart positions?
Actually, and this is going to sound, but no, it doesn't. As long as people, somebody is listening to it and enjoying it, then that is my main thing. Definitely.
See, I'm full of shit. I'm full of shit because Emma, right, and her people, and I'm Virgin, right? Emma's makes all the thing that her band have done have made the money, which gives my record company the ability to bring in bands like me.
You're just a leech, OK, right?
Exactly, I'm just a leech. But the point is, I need the pop crap, but I'll spend all day bloody, I need the things that I hate, because I'll sit here all day talking about
how much... Do you hate the Spice Girls?
Of course I don't like what you do. Of course I don't. Of course I don't like it.
Do you wish they didn't exist?
No, I don't wish they didn't exist. I'm glad that they exist. I'm happy as Larry that they exist. But the whole pop industry and what the record industries are doing is making the money because they make money. That's what they do. That's the point of them. And if they make money so that I can make records, then fucking great.
We're gonna have to debate this in the green room long
I
after
think
the
so.
show. It's going to be a
I
very
think
long night indeed. Thank you all very much for being here. Tom,
Not at all.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Emma,
Cheers.
thank you.
Thanks
and
for having
Gary.
me.
Thank you. Join me next week. My guest will be Khalees in person. You should come back. And also the king of UK hip-hop, Mr. Tim Westwood. I'll leave you with my crucial two, and they're both exclusives. You'll be seeing Taken for Granted, the debut single from Sia. But first of all, this. It's Morgan. His uncle is Pete Townsend, and the video is very Pink Panther. You'll see what I mean. This is Flying High. See ya.